video of the van. Electric door. Diesel heater. A storage shelf up there. Pantry. Drawers there. Knives and forks and stuff. Nets. Sink. Water. Tin lighter. The toilet room. Right there. There's a fan. Vent. Fan there. That's hot and cold water plumbed in for a shower ready, so I was just going to shape and vinyl the bottom, put a hole out there as a good place for it. And this is an electric flush toilet. That's a gas cooker, just a single gas cooker, which I use for the cooking mainly. So this is the blankets. Excuse me. So this is the lounge dining area, which converts into the bottom bed. The table just lifts off. Leg comes out. This tabletop drops down to here. There's also another infill if you're on a really big bed. We don't use it, so this bed comes to about across here, and we sleep crossways. It's 1.8 meters across. I'm 5'11", I sleep on it fine. If you're over 6 foot, you might have to sleep on an angle. 12 volt TV. We just run it with one of these SmartView dongles and hotspot it, and we can watch Netflix and all that. Works very well. The bunks, they fold down. They can either be used as bunks, or there's an infill there which goes in between them and these two squabs which aren't covered, but they go in the middle and then create another bed crossways. Again, about the same size as the bottom one, slightly not quite as wide. It's like 1.75, something like that. Great for kids. Yep. What else? There's a drawer down here. It's probably got stuff in it, but yeah, drawer down there. You can also access that, excuse me, by lifting that up. And in there is the, you can see it, it's the inverter and everything in there, plugged in there. And that is, put these blankets back. That is all comes up to here, so this is your inverter on and off if you want to turn it off. Don't have to, but when you're not using it, you may as well. So you turn it on, green light is all good, and then these are just 240 up to 2000 watt. So we use air fryer, 1800 watt air fryer. You could run a microwave on it easy. The air fryer at full power. On the lithium battery, I run it for 20 minutes to cook chips, for example, and that'll take 20% out of the battery. So if you're 100%, cook some chips, you'll be down to 80%. Then we'll run all night, everything else, TV, diesel heater, lights, water pump, whatever, charging 3 or 4 phones up, and the battery will only be down to about 40 in the morning, which is still really good. There's still heaps of power. It's still about 13.3 volt or something at that stage, so it works really well. I'm actually really impressed with it. The electrics themselves, you can access them all on the back. and the back doors as well. But there is a opening flap here, and there's the main battery. It's got MIDI fuses, everything, none of these cheap Chinese tripping things or anything. They've got MIDI fuse there. There's a MIDI fuse down there too for the solar. That's fully charged at the moment, 100%. With this from the solar, hasn't been running. So that's that. It's all automatic. You don't have to switch things on and off and all that crap. There's a Bluetooth BMS, which is really good. Hook that up. Lights, there's this little switch on the lights. They all go. Oh, there's a ceiling fan here which opens and closes as they do. There are these few finishing things I wanted to do. That's why I said the 2 weeks. I want to finish, cover up this piece of the ceiling, and I also wanted to do the ceiling in the bathroom because it's not plied up there yet. So that's why I wanted a couple of weeks. But I suppose if someone wanted to buy it as it is, well, yeah, I guess we could talk about that. I'll just pause it and go outside. Right, walk around the van. Another thing I wanted to do, it's had this stone chip stuff on it, which I've been getting off. I want to finish doing that to make it tidy. But again, if somebody wanted to buy it without, well, it's just something I wanted to do because it just looks horrible. But there's nothing wrong with the paint underneath, it's like new. Down the side there's a few little dents, a couple of little ones like that. There's a couple of little ones here, down there, and then maybe the odd little one on the other side too. No, the other side's actually pretty good, to be honest. That's the water filling for the 90 litre tank, which is inside the vehicle. Oh, gosh. Hold up. Alright, so here we go in the back. So we've got our water pump there with the accumulator. So you don't get that building up of pressure, it's always the same pressure. 90 litre tank there for the fresh. There's the solar controller there doing its thing. That's the DC charger for when you're driving. Very efficient. This is the main breaker switch for the solar panel coming in. That's the main breaker switch for the DC charger coming out. And the breaker, as I said earlier, was a MIDI fuse on the inside in there. So yep, and these are all your fuses. There's not that many because there's not many things there. There's USB outlets, water pump, TV, interior lights, what have you, fridge, which I didn't actually show you. So yeah, that's it. I'll pop inside and show you the fridge real quick. Okay, back inside again. So there's the fridge. It's just got a little lock on the top there, coming open. And there's the fridge there. Little freezer there, which does ice cream fine, keeps ice cream cool. I leave it on all the time. I never switch it off. So even when the van's sitting here, I leave it on. And it's fine. It keeps ice. I normally turn it down to half or something if just sitting here, but it's actually good for the lithium battery to cycle a little bit, so it's good that it uses a bit up overnight and then the solar tops it up again in the morning, so it's just good. But yeah, it's a really good fridge, good size, keeps everything really cold. Yeah, USB ports, there's a couple there. In here, oh, turn the light on. There's another couple of USB ports there for charging. That's where the TV plugs in there. There's a toaster there which works well. That uses only about 1% of the battery to actually work. Let's turn the TV on to show you. And that's a Smart View dongle we've got on there, and you can just buy one of them from the warehouse. They're about $100. It's the best thing to do, and just hotspot it from your phone. Good for the kids. You can watch their Disney and Netflix and what have you. There we go. Yeah, so that's that. Enough. And I'll try and show you how the bunks work. If I can set this camera up a little bit. Somehow. Hold on. Okay. So this one, it's just a little clip. Comes down like that. And that's it. You can easily get up there. Pretty good. And they just fold up, lock it in there. Got a towel hanging on there, so it doesn't help. And the other one, when it comes down, the TV goes back. Get that out of the way. It's not flexible and around and everything. It just comes down and sits on there. Yeah, and it's solid. And across the back, they both sit on this big bar here, which is bolted pretty solidly through the corners. Yeah, and they're solid welded steel. They're good. They're not coming breaking anytime soon. So yeah, that's the van, and 2 seats there. They are actually disability seats with 2 of them. We have 2 autistic children, one being quite severely autistic, and they're actually excellent for him because he can't escape. Yeah, and that's about it. That's our little van. Thanks.